Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of The Check-In. We just got out of a special screening. I mean, it's coming out in a week at advanced time. We saw Overlord at the Paramount Lot. What did you think?
I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
It was a surprise to me. And the reason why it was a surprise was because it was incredibly simple, but had a lot of depth to it in terms of some of the character building. And, you know, without kind of spoiling too much, I feel like we can talk about this without talking about spoilers.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All the characters have a very specific perspective on how to go about waging war. And the main two characters, the African-American character, Boyce, and the white character with the blonde hair from the trailers, Ford, I just don't know the actors' names, they both have a different perspective on how we need to fight as dirty as they do and become monsters, much like what's happening. And Boyce is saying we need to be better than them. And the clash of those perspectives is what sort of like it's the core of the film while giving us a really good mystery as we're trying to figure out what is sort of going on. And the funny thing is that there's not really a big twist. It's just, here's what's going on. It's pretty straightforward. We got to do something to stop this. And the complications are between the soldiers' different perspectives on how to go about doing that.
Mm-hmm. I just thought this movie was really awesome. From the beginning, I enjoyed myself. And I thought it was not only a good movie, but it wasn't like Call of Duty Zombies where it's mindless. It's actually really intense filmmaking, good editing, and I like the characters. From the promotion, I wasn't that impressed, and I thought it was just going to be a chaotic mess a little bit, but I was pleasantly surprised by how emotional I got. I wasn't tearing up or anything, but I was invested on the edge of my seat with everything that was going on. And it is a big action movie, but it also serves, like you said, the themes, the characters, and their dynamics. By the end, they partner up every character with the fights, with protecting other people, you know, without spoiling it. They pay that off really well because they set it up with, like, you know, these characters meeting, and it's pretty much one or two locations because it's also one day. I mean, one night including as well, but it's really a limited movie, and it's a little simple, but it's not pointless, and I found it to be really unique.
I think they managed to nail the style and use that to their advantage and not make anything really stilted because they're trying to go for a realistic vibe. And in addition, they didn't rely on hokey dialogue. Instead, there were actually a lot of moments where they played on the visuals because it is a film, like where the entire time of, without spoiling too much, the bunker, the sort of mysterious place where these monsters reside.
Yes, but to add to that, it's nothing supernatural and nothing paranormal. It was realistic, like you said.
There's a lot of moments when Boyce is, specifically Boyce, because he's the main character, is down there. There are a lot of moments of where there's not a lot of dialogue. You're seeing things as he's seeing it, and it allows the film to breathe without seeming like we have to fill it with all this junk, because you don't need to fill it with all this junk. Just give us the story and how it naturally progresses, and then, you know, as long as you keep the audience's attention, which I feel like so many films try hard to do, and in trying hard, they fail. This film was just leading you kind of along by the hand. A lot of stuff was happening. It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't leading you along by the hand in a patronizing way, but it was leading you by the hand in a way that was... But nothing feels out of the ordinary.
Every character has their own actions, and you can see it being taken place. Like, to give more detail, I really liked the filmmaking a lot, and it made me, like you said, appreciate it when the credits were rolling. There's an incredible opening shot. I mean, it's a tracking shot of Bryce leaving the chopper after he gets blown to smithereens, and it's like this tracking shot, kind of like Edge of Tomorrow, where it follows him down in the water, and we get his POV while, you know, looking in the background and stuff. And then by the end, when he leaves a specific location, which I can't spoil, another big, you know, location, it's another tracking shot, and, like, you know, it does that for most of the characters too.
Yeah, and like I said before, it really, when it needs to be, it's very intimate, which is a very interesting choice for a film that in the trailer kind of advertised a lot of explosive R-rated action, which you do get, but it's not in any glorified way that doesn't make any sense when it happens. Everything makes sense, and everything that they do and all the choices they make in terms of the violence, in terms of the content, in terms of utilizing this R rating, they do it well and appropriately.
Yeah. I mean, it is a movie. I don't think this movie will be for everyone. If you get queasy with the stuff I'm about to say, you may not want to see it. There's rape, there's torture, there's child kidnapping, and there's
Heads being blown off.
bodies being blown off. There's zombie-like imagery going on, but it's more realistic than that. I'll give it. I'll just put it like that simply. There's a little disembowelment, disembowelment with like bodies, and they're kind of graphic. So if you don't really want see a movie, or if you get kind of queasy, you may not want to go see this. But it's not the bloodbath it might be promoted, but it's still really interesting. Like,
the thing that I will say, like, as sort of an overall recommendation, if this is a film that you would see, either because you have A-list or a way you can see the movie without paying for it, or it seems like your type of film, but the only thing that is stopping you is that the movie looks bad with the marketing, I would say, given that was the boat that I was in, go see the movie and ignore that, because for the most part, it is an entertaining movie
but
that
meaningful.
I think that you'll
enjoy.
Yeah.
It's not the pointless Predator,
No, it's
sequel.
not, but I think the same type of audience will appreciate it. I personally give it a B+ full price. Like, it stands. It stands on its own in a way that I didn't think it was going to, and it impressed me. So I gotta give it that.
I completely agree. A- full price, absolutely. I mean, definitely not the top 10 of the year, but a pleasant surprise from the flicks we've gotten. It's a pleasant surprise, and it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, so there's not really much else to say. I mean, we can go into like a lot of the nitty gritty, but I feel like that should be for everybody who wants to go see the movie, for it to be unspoiled. So as usual, before you go see a movie, check in with us first. Go see Overlord.